That's a question for most actors, you know. I know what you're saying. I think it's just if the work's out there, you know. I know when I did Undressed, the MTV show, everybody's like, "Oh my God," you know. But it was paying. It was the highest rated teen show at the time for like a soap opera for teens. And but yeah, I mean, as far as me doing like Brokeback Mountain, I ain't doing that. I'm not be doing that. You can't pay me enough to do that. That's why he's all jacked up as a Joker, man. He's probably thinking about getting these pants grabbed. Pow! Ooh. But yeah, just depending on what you do, you know. So, all right. Sorry, Keith. Yeah, no, you know, they were really cool with me because I was a martial artist. I was able to do a lot of different stuff. They really would just depend on me a lot. I mean, Koichi, okay, go, do what you want to do. And then after a while, you shoot so many fight scenes, you start running out of ideas, you know? So then you start relying on them. Okay, Koichi, what do you think? You know? Okay, we do this, that. You know, so it was just, they really were cool with me. They let me work it and do what I wanted to do and stuff. So I thought that was pretty cool. But they were, you know, like my hair. I had long hair when I had blonde hair before I auditioned for the show. Then someone told me to cut my hair. Make a long story short, I ended up growing my hair out again, you know? Because that's just what I wanted to do on the show. So I kind of just made Tommy like my character and stuff. That's why when I went back to Dino Thunder, they were like, well, we're going to have to screen test you. I was like, screen test me for what, man? I built Tommy. I am Tommy, man. You're going to screen test me for my own character that I created? It was the stupidest thing. That's why I was like, I'm done. I talked to Gary. He's like VP of Disney. And I was just like, that is just lame. I can understand if you want me to like, you know, be a different character, audition for the character you created, but I created Tommy. That was kind of me, man. It's just what it is, you know? So it was an easy show to do. I mean, sometimes the easy stuff is the hard stuff to do. You know, when you gotta like, you know, oh, giant cockroach. I mean, you know, that stuff's hard to do, you know, than real stuff. For me, I came from a family with like no money and stuff, you know, so my dad would always tell me that you have to be born into the whole acting business, which I totally disagree. Because at one point, someone's got to break that chain and make a career path or a choice, you know, so you can have like your family marries family and all of a sudden you got a president here, you know, so there's someone that broke that chain, and that's what I wanted to do. The publicity, you know, it hit hard, man. We hit hard. Overnight, we were like, you know, everywhere we go, I mean, I went to Hawaii to do an appearance, and I got mobbed by like 5,000 people at the airport. It was like the Beatles. It was just crazy. I felt like the Jonas Brothers, and they weren't even around back then. But because I had the long hair, and because the show just came out, I would do like a mall thing, and I'd beat out Santa Claus, and all the newspaper things came out. But you know what? If you don't stay humble in the game, you're just, you know, and I mean that like truthfully, if you don't stay humble, the minute you think you're bigger, you're not big, and you're not doing nothing anymore. And you know, my choice to leave the show from day one, just to take a break, but it was their choice just to change the cast members, and they didn't want to give me a break. But I think in life we have choices that we make, and I think success is based off of what you feel and what you like to do. And I like to do what I do. I love teaching. I love my clothing business. I love fighting. You know, my coach is like, why do you want to fight? You don't need money. Because I like it. I just like it. That's just what I like to do. And success is driven off what you like to do. You know, that means you can do anything you want. You might not make a lot of money, but you're probably going to be happier in life if you're successful. You know, and being success is not aimed at how much money you have in your pocket. Success is driven, I think, of how happy you are in your life. Too many people get stuck in jobs where, like, I know a lot of people are in film school and doing other stuff and learning. That's great. Want to be an actor? That's great. Got to have goals, because you don't want to regret it one day and look back and say, oh, I wish I would have, because you're not going to. Just go after what you can. Strive to be the best you can be. Look, my dream at one point was to be, you know, on a TV show before I started Power Rangers. 2 months into it, 3 months into it, put it out, got a show. I did it, and it was great. But I never let that success changed me, you know, and I've seen a lot of actors, I'm not going to name any, I've seen a lot of actors, success went right to their head right away. And you saw where it got them, success to their head off the show. This is what happens. And, what? Peace conference, yeah. Peace conference, that's where you get sent to a peace conference. And I think a lot of actors on a lot of different shows get sent to a peace conference. You know? I mean, even, what was that show Hillary Duff did on Disney? Huh? Yeah. Money Issue. Peace Conference. There she goes. But now she's doing other stuff, but it was an issue with that. And they just, you know, and then who they bring in? Who replaced her was, they brought in, like, you know, a new show, Hannah Montana. She's huge, you know? You like her? He's all excited over there. He's been listening to that Lil Wayne song where he's like, Miley Cyrus or whatever, look out until you're 18 or something like that, some Lil Wayne song. All the girls around the world or something like that. All right. Doing the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers and changing colors was really nothing. It was just a matter of just changing colors, you know, really. I mean, they were just out there producing toys. Kids would buy more toys. In fact, when I saw parents and they asked me, they're like, why do you change colors all the time? I'm like, so you guys have more toys for your kids. I mean, you know, so they buy different toys. But working on Power Rangers, I've had, you know, good relationships with most of the actors. And then going to Dino Thunder, I thought it was weird going back to Dino Thunder. Here I'm on Dino Thunder. Kevin, who played, you know, the Blue Ranger, he was a big fan. I mean, this kid was only 18 years old. He's like, dude, I watched you growing up. Now I'm actually working with you now. So he was all excited about that. So going back to Dino Thunder was different because it was like going back to a show with like a big name from the show. It was different. You know, it's like if like Luke Perry went back to 90210. It's Luke Perry, it's a show, you know? So it was different. So, but, you know, it was cool. I got along with Kevin and Jeff and Emma. They were all good. I really got along with the whole cast of Dino Thunder. James was all right. I don't know what it is about Red for some reason, man. They just turned me. I didn't really get along with him. I don't know. He just, I don't know what it is. I have no problem. There's a couple I did take a picture at Dino Thunder. Koichi's like, let's take this picture. And then I just looked so pissed off in the picture. I don't know what happened, but I remember the day, but I just looked so pissed. And when I look mad, James like, I think it was just irritating. It was one of those irritating days. Because I take a picture, I'm like, so maybe that's why I didn't go back for the reunion. I don't know. I'm glad you brought that up. I signed with the manager who represents a lot of UFC and a lot of WEC guys. And the website's called Sucker Punch Entertainment. When I signed my contract, he's like Sucker, but it's called Sucker Punch Entertainment. He represents a lot of UFC guys and WEC guys. And I've been training really hard. I mean, I've hooked up with my mean coach, Salsa. Hopefully he don't watch YouTube. He's not that mean. He's a great guy. He's just a hardcore coach. If you can't fight and you don't want to train, then you need to get out of his gym. And that's just the way he'll tell you. You know, he's that type of coach. All my guys that I train with, Melvin Gillard's my main coach, my wrestling coach, who's a UFC fighter. So Melvin Gillard's my wrestling coach. And then Mike is fighting for the Texas title. His record's like 8-1 right now. So I've been teamed up with a lot of good people, a lot of UFC people I've been teamed up with. So we had this plan, you know, I was gonna fight in October. That's why I've been focusing so much, and I had to fit in the AFO because I actually had a fight later on in August. Somewhere in August I was supposed to fight. That's why I told Karen. But anyway, make a long story short, you know, I felt like I've been busting my butt, training, doing MMA, getting thrown against cages. I mean, by good people. And then, you know, I had that bicep injury. So I actually just sparring, how I hurt my arm. I was sparring and I left hooked the guy pretty hard and I just felt like a pop in my arm. So, you know, my coach was like, come on, suck it up. You need to put it up. Right? And so I sucked it up and we continued to spar for like another 7 rounds. And then we did drills for about an hour afterwards. Left drills, left-hand drills, just popping. I told coach, the coach can't feel my left hand. He's like, it's just tendonitis, you know? But my muscle was like, it was like contracting, like my arm was having a baby. And it was just contracting. I was about to breathe and be like, breathe, let's do some Lamaze, breathe. Breathe. And then I went to the doctors Thursday. And that's why I wasn't here Thursday though, but I went to the doctor's Thursday and then they said they need to do emergency surgery because it's been 10 days the time to fix it. And then I'd still live without it, but you know, I mean, 60% you're losing your left arm and 30%, 60% this way and like 30%. I need that emotion, man. You know, and no, I mean like to move on. You gotta be sick, man. You gotta be sick. All right, so.